Welding more than just metal. A welder reveals how their craft brings people together, builds communities, and shapes industries. Tune in for a heartfelt conversation about the human side of welding. From blueprint to reality, Bvalani takes us behind the scenes of their workshop, sharing stories of trumpet and tribulation. Don't miss this inspiring episode here on Beyond the Surface about turning metal into masterpieces. To begin with, can you introduce yourself so that our listeners should know you?
My name is Bvalani. I am a student at Nkota Technical Institute. Um, I'll be receiving my certificate, which is from Tveta next month.
People just hear the word welding. What does it mean or define? And what are the types of welding?
To say the fact, welding is not that much hard. Uh, welding is just a process of combining two metals, just using pressure, heat, or maybe using both. So, in welding, we do have so many types of welding. Uh, we do have, okay, there are so many types of welding, but just because of time, I will just list some of them. We have gas metal welding, and also we have shield metal welding, where we use electrodes. When you say gas metal welding, we're talking about we use the pressure of air, whereby we're talking about gas. And in shield arc welding, we're talking about electrodes, wire rods, which is covered by carbon. Outside the coat is carbon, so we're talking about shield arc welding.
We all know that everything has a beginning. How do you get started in welding? I mean, what sparked your interest in welding?
To say the fact, I wasn't much excited in welding. Yeah, I wasn't much excited. uh when I was young, I used to say, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. When I grow up, I want to be a nurse. When I grow up, I want to be a soldier. You know that kind of feeling. Yeah, whenever you see a doctor or a nurse, you'll be like, oh, that guy, I want to be like him. So I wasn't much interested in welding. But this other day, in the year of 2015, I remember, yeah, it was in July, I met this guy. Oh, this guy is an artist. So I was now much attracted to see this guy making some granite shillers just using metal and shield welding. It was much attractive. So I started developing some feelings. Be like, wow, so this stuff is, oh, so good, you know. So uh this other day, when I was off from school, I passed by and was like, sir, can you teach me this? And he was like, no, you need to come with your parents, as if you want to come here, like schooling. So I was like, oh, welding schooling? No. I thought it was so simple that welding, you don't need to have schooling in welding. Welding, I thought it was simple, but guys, welding isn't that simple. You need to go to school, a technical college, to have much experiences in a technical college. So uh when I thought that welding would be the best to me, I told my mama that, mama, when I finish my form 4, I need to practice welding and fabrication. That's why here I am a welder.
Wow, that's a good explanation of an apprentice. Now, let us look at training and certification in welding, and what are the essential tools and equipments, and as well as safety precautions. so so that you can be safe from injuries and the like.
Uh, According to prices or training prices for welding, isn't much scarce. Um, as I already said, that I've been studying at Nkota Technical Institute, but there are also these places like welding shops. You can go there and learn. There are technical colleges. There is polytechnic. There is Sochi Technic in Blantyre. There are so many places to say the fact. So welding places where you can train isn't much scarce. In the other hand, uh, we have been told that when welding, when you are practicing welding and fabrication, a person need to have materials, need to have equipments. So let me list some of the equipments and materials. In welding, uh, we need to have a welding machine. We need to have a grinder, a hammer, a chipping hammer. We have so many different types of hammers. We have a flat hammer, a chipping hammer, a nozzle hammer. Okay. We need to have a drilling machine. Welding also or fabricating things, we need to have to make some holes where you can press some bolt and nuts. So in order to make a perfect hole, you use a drilling machine. But also a person needs to put on a worksuit, not just wearing clothes today, clothes tomorrow, exchange so many clothes. No, that's not fair. Just because you'll be destroying, you'll be vandalizing so many clothes of yours. So a person need to have a worksuit, a working boot for safety, covering of your foot. Welding also have so many sharp objects whereby a person can get injured easily. So we need to have some safety boots, helmets, and gloves. In welding, we also have so many precautions, like so many rules a person needs to follow. So, what are the questions to say the fact? Yeah, I understand. The questions we're talking about: when handling a grinder, make sure that a person needs to handle it properly, handle it in the good pose uh, instructed by the welder or your teacher or your lecturer. And also, we are talking about keeping safe of sharp objects. Yeah, when using sharp objects, make sure those sharp objects you keep them safe after using them in order to reduce the percentage of injuries in welding.
Techniques and applications are there in welding. What are the common welding joints and positions, as well as material selection?
As I've already said, welding is an art. So, if welding is an art, we do have so many techniques in welding. For example, welding have some positions on welding. We have butt joint. Butt joint is just a process of joining two pieces end to end, joining two pieces end to end. And we have lap joint. Just listen to the name lap. It means that we are joining two pieces by overlapping, lap joint by overlapping. And we also have T joint. This is just a process of joining pieces by forming a T shape. And lastly, we are talking about corner joint. As you already know, when we say corner, we are just talking about angles. So corner joint is forming piece, or is the process of joining two pieces forming an L shape, which is an angle. Some other positions in welding, we do have flat position, flat like surface, flat surface. So this flat position, we are talking about welding on a flat surface, a surface which don't have any angle or any turn, in short ways. And also we do have horizontal positions. Horizontal positions, we are talking about welding on a vertical surface. So here is just a process whereby a person need to weld vertically, and we have vertical position whereby a person or the welder needs to weld upward, starting from the bottom going upward. That is vertical positions. There is a reason behind why we weld a vertical position upward, not downward. Just because when welding vertical positions, starting from down or starting from bottom going to top, the work looks so much perfect than welding downwards. We are talking about the last one, overhead positions. Overhead positions is welding above, or welding a position which is over your height, which is on top of your head. So this is overhead position. We are talking about techniques in this welding and fabrication. So in the other hand, we do have some special welding techniques. These are so special. That's why we are talking about specialized welding techniques. Specialized welding techniques is whereby a person weld underwater, or welding submerged in water. So we do have some special techniques in welding, like we have orbital welding. Orbital welding, we're talking about automated welding for precision pipes. And also we have already talked about underwater welding, whereby is welding submerged in water. And also we have robotic welding. Robotic welding is the process whereby we weld using robots.
Challenges are there in every department of the society. How do you overcome challenges and innovations, like troubleshooting common welding issues and advancements in welding technology?
As you already know, here in Malawi, we do have most challenges when doing work. So, in welding, the biggest change that we are talking about formation of unwanted shapes in metals. As you already know, we have talked about welding being the process of joining two metals by using pressure and heat. Remember, whenever heat increases, that means the thing will expand. So any expansion in a metal will form an unwanted shape. This is our biggest challenge, because artistic and unwanted shapes, that is the biggest challenge that we have. We're also talking about usage of digital machines, adjustments of current, voltage and speed. Some other welders they didn't go to technical colleges. So we have already talked that some other welding presses we do have technical colleges and welding shops. So for those who haven't gone to technical colleges, they have learned welding in welding shops. Some of them don't have experience in using digital machines or computerized machines. So for them is the biggest challenge that they have. Another challenge that we have, we as youth, whenever we finish our schooling, whenever we finish our tertiary level, in our technical schools, in our welding shops, and we want to stand on our own. We have a biggest challenge that we have. We will talk about um, these materials like welding machines, grinders, drilling machines, the hammers. In short, the toolbox of welding is much expensive and much scarce. So, uh, welding materials are expensive. For example, for a person or for a student who has just finished his tertiary level in welding, it is hard to find a machine, a welding machine. In the other hand, we are talking about proper environment for welding businesses. We as students in welding, it's hard to find a proper environment. Uh, it's hard to know where welding business could be good. So this also is our biggest challenge. We as students in welding. Uh, so if some other people are good in allocating good spots for businesses, um, it will be a good way of overcoming this challenge. So these people should come here to allocate all students and all trainees, in short, all trainees in welding to have a proper environment in welding, a proper environment in businesses.
The artistic side of welding is available. I have hope that it is available. Now, how do you create decorative pieces in sculpting and fabricating?
Welding is an art. We have already said that. So, as welding an art, we're talking about we welders, we create so many decorative pieces. For example, we're talking about sculptures, furniture, and jewelry. All in all, we welders, we are the best in the world. We can say so. We are the best. For example, we are talking about these cars, ships, airplanes. They are metals. That means they have been welded. So anything which is a metal need to pass the process of welding. So welders are the best in Malawi. Say the fact. And not just Malawi. We are talking about the whole world. Welding is the best and is one of the best works all over the world.
All days are not Sunday. What's the most challenging project you have worked on? We all know that sometimes work become tough. I mean, how do you ensure quality and precision in your work?
For a welder to be a good artist, need to practice. We already know that practice makes perfect. So, um, in the other hand, we're talking about also the person need to have continuous training, staying updated in techniques and technologies, online studies or online um, duties. We already know that some of the welders, some of the works have been posted on social media. So, uh, if a person is participating on those projects, he or she will gain experience. Also, seeing monitorship from experienced professionals. Uh, when a person is seeking monitorship from professionals, that means he or she is humble. So a humble person who is seeking mentorship for profession, that means he's making him or herself a profession as well. Birds with same feathers flock together. That means when you are seeking mentorship from professional. That means you are making yourself a professional. Um, so some of the insights may include a person needs to develop technical skills and also staying curious and adaptable. If a person is staying adaptable in a certain condition, that means he or she is making himself an expert. So we are talking about also focusing on quality and precision, continuously learning and improving, non-stop continuously learning makes the person perfect, and also embracing challenges as opportunity for growth. Those challenges that we have talked about, embracing them, overcoming them, can also make the welder to be perfect. Uh, um, the welder need to have so much attention to some other work, need to have so much inspecting to some other works, so that he or she will have a quality and a good art on that. On the other hand, we welders need to collaborate with so many experts or so many artistic design. We have talked about collaborating with professionals, seeking advices from professionals, and also having some advices from so many professionals, carpenters, we're talking about mechanics, builders. All those people are just good at a certain art. So having some advice from them will make us having a good and a well formulated art.
Before we conclude, what advice would you give to aspiring welders?
The advice that I'll give to my fellow welders is that welding isn't that much hard, so we just need to practice to make ourselves perfect. So my fellow welders, seek some advices from professionals, collaborate with some other artists, not only welders, but we're talking so many artists. For example, we're talking about builders, carpenters. Those are artists. So it's just seek advice from them to have good mental thinking. And also, I would like to
Can you share a memorable project or achievement so that people should have trust in you when they book you, you know?
I've done a lot. I myself, I can make a ground share by my own with no monitorship. I can do it with my own. So we're talking about my fellow welders. Just make yourself perfect for you to deal with all things that you can say, oh, but this thing is so hard. No, welding is not that hard. So I've deal with these ground shellers. I can make maize shellers, granite grinder, etc. etc. So we're also talking about have tried to achieve what my fellow friends they won't believe until now. I have made it. Say the fact I've made it. Now I have bought a grinder. I have bought a welding machine, a drill machine. I have bought so many equipments which are used in welding just because of hard work. So my fellow welders, just deal with your work, make yourself perfect, work harder, pull up your socks until you achieve. Remember, anything that you want to achieve in life doesn't go simple, it goes in hard ways. So handle the hard ways in order to achieve something good.
Reaching that far, we have come to an end of the episode. The young welder has shared his experiences, achievements, and advice to aspiring welders. Thank you all for tuning in. Tertiary education has internship. How do internship help you to gain knowledge and confidence in the welding landscape?
Talking about internship, this is the best practice that we welders are very helpful. So during internship, we do experience more things. So internship helps us to gain more experience, to improve our qualitiness, to improve our artistic. So this uh, practice helps us to exposure ourselves uh, to some companies, industries, which can help us to have some jobs. So internship is the best that we do have, we welders. Beside that, talking of internship, uh, is the only practice that helps we welders to learn how to be independent, to learn how to stand on our own. Just because through these holidays, like summer holidays, we do have some pieceworks where we can gain money, where we can know how to handle our customers, and how we can do some things on our own. In training colleges, we do things by group works, like team works, but this is summer holidays. We are talking about a person needs to handle something like single. So this helps us to gain experience, and also we are talking about it helps us to know how to be independent, and also exposure ourselves to industries and companies which can reduce in job scarcity.
Our listeners, that's the spark to success, the art of SaaS of welding of a young welder, Bvalani, who is currently working in Korakota. He persuades young people to venture into welding so that we can have a lot of workforce in the field of welding. Don't forget to subscribe and comment on our YouTube channel and listen our episodes on podcast Beyond the Surface. It was a privilege to hear about the landscape of welding, such as overcoming challenges and innovations, the artistic side of welding, and achievements of the young welder Bvalani. I thank him for his time and patience.